Okay, so in this session we are supposed to go and discuss about some physical geological matters. Okay, so here we are concerning mainly about the weathering process. It is mainly the physical process, that is breaking down of various rocks into minerals, as well as it is being converted into fine soil. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to discuss about weathering. Yes. Now as you see, what is weathering? We should have to know what is weathering. So weathering simply means a breaking down or wearing away. It is simply the word weathering. It is simply denoted by breaking down. Okay, that is of breaking down of various rock, or it may be of various other pieces, maybe block pieces or something of rocks. Okay, then how we can define this weathering? So you can see we can define this weathering it as a physical disintegration. Yeah, physical disintegration in the sense you can see in these images. Here you can see this is erosion. The first image is erosion, that is the displacement. From one place to another place the material is being transported, and that is what is we call as erosion. Okay, then weathering means here you can see this is actually a big or a huge rock mass. And now we can see the lower portion of it is being eroded, whereas the head portion remains moreover altered, isn't it? Such processes, that is the decomposition of the original material, both physically and chemically due to various factors. That process is what is known as weathering. Okay, so here you can see this is not only because of some physical factors. Physical factors in the sense you can say about heat. Heat is a physical factor, then wind is a physical factor. So all those are physical things. Chemical things are also there. If it is exposed to rain or if it is exposed to water, so some very loose sediments or some calcium carbonate or something will leach easily into this water. That also may cause this process, or that also may cause disintegration for this rock mass. So that is also a type of weathering. Okay, so here we define it as the process of physical disintegration and chemical decomposition of Earth's material or near the surface. Sometimes it is near the surface or it is being above the surface. Whatever it is, this physical disintegration and chemical decomposition of the material is taking place. The process hence is weathering. Okay, then in a broader sense, how can we define it in a broader way? That it is, the term refers to the process that changes the physical and chemical character of a rock. Yeah, simply we can say that it will completely change the physical and the chemical character of an existing rock. Then, so if an existing rock is being eroded or it is being weathered, what will be the final product? Final end product. So keep in mind that the final end product of weathering is fine soil. As we know, the rocks disintegrate to form soil. So the final product of weathering is soil. The end product. Okay. Then, what causes mainly for this weathering? Changes to the color or form of any material over a period of time because of the effect of sun, wind or other weather conditions is explained by weathering. And also you can see sometimes the rock mass may have some other colors, but even though what will happen at some point of view, it will change the color. It will change the color to one composition to other compositions. It's mainly because it is exposed to the open air. So it is obviously exposed to sunlight, obviously exposed to rainfall, snow, everything, wind, everything. So what happened? The chemical changes will be there, isn't it? As a reason of this chemical changes, what will happen? This color of these rocks also may change, because as we know, these rocks also are breathing. What in sense? In sense, it will contract and it will swing, isn't it? So both this contraction and this shrinking is also possible, or it is happening in the rock. Yes. Then moving to the next slide. Then we need to know what are the types of weathering. Here we can see the types of weathering. Mainly weathering are of three types. One is physical weathering, or it is known as mechanical weathering. So keep in mind that physical weathering, it is just nothing but physical factors which are responsible for the weathering process. That is completely termed as physical or mechanical weathering. Second is nothing but chemical weathering. Chemical weathering, the name indicates that what are the chemical changes that happens in weathering process. During weathering, there are some chemical changes also may favors the formation or favors weathering. All those things are concerned in chemical weathering. Then third is biological weathering. Biological weathering, it is nothing but due to the influence of biological factors like animals or plants. Whether they are contributing something for this weathering, it is known as biological weathering, biological factors. So, these are the main three types of weathering process. One is physical or mechanical weathering, second is chemical weathering, and third is biological weathering. Okay, now we should know what is mechanical weathering. Yeah, mechanical weathering or physical weathering, it is nothing but the breaking of this big pieces into small pieces. You consider a big piece of rock, then what happen? When this weathering occurs or weathering is happening, what will happen? This big rock mass will break down into smaller rock mass. That process is known as mechanical weathering or physical weathering. Okay, the change in the rock is physical, that it is there is little or no chemical change. Yeah. Then one thing you have to keep in mind that in this physical weathering there is no chemical alterations are present. Why? Because only physical factors are responsible for this physical weathering. There is no any other chemical or biological factors are responsible. Mainly, only the physical factors are responsible for this physical disintegration of rocks. Okay. Then second is chemical weathering. As we have already said that chemical weathering is the decomposition of these rocks from exposure to water and atmospheric gases. As we have already discussed, there are various hard elements and various soft elements present in a rock. If you keep in mind that if a rock is composed of very hard composition, then much chemical weathering won't affect that, because already the rock is very hard. So this water and other gases can't act much on such rock pieces. Whereas if the rock is made up of some loose materials or fine materials or some soft materials, what will happen? Due to the leaching process, that is due to the continuous water action, or when it is exposed to snow or rainfall, what will happen? Some materials will be leached. The main example is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is soft as well as it will easily transport with this water. So what will happen? That will change the chemical composition of the existing rock. See, in the case that if there is a rock containing calcium carbonate, so after this leaching process, that is after the water action, what will happen? This calcium carbonate, CaCO3, will completely removed from that rock. Then what will happen? The chemical composition of the rock will be altered. That will definitely occur here. Okay. Then next is atmospheric gases. Not only this water, there are various atmospheric gases. As we know, there are numerous gases present in the atmosphere, especially this carbon dioxide, oxygen, water vapor, everything is present. So all this have a particular action in this existing rock. Okay. As rock is decomposed by these agents, new chemical compounds form. Yes, then what will happen? We have already said that if the chemical composition is altered or the chemical composition is being changed, then what will happen if this chemical composition is altered or changed? Yes, new chemical compounds will be forming. If this calcium carbonate is leached from one place or from one rock, it will transported. It is being transported to another place and it will form a new compound which is composed of this calcium carbonate. Okay, so when these materials are decomposed or this rocks is decomposed by these agents, so after this decomposition what will happen? A new chemical compound will be forming. The existing rock also will change to a new compound, and the leached materials or the transported materials also will form a new compound or a new material. Okay, yes, so that is the main thing about chemical weathering. Then next we need to know about this biological weathering. So biological weathering, it is nothing but weathering processes which is favored by animals and plants. As we know, these animals and plants, they are favoring weathering process one or other way. Okay, such weathering is known as biological weathering because of biological factors. The name is given. Why? Because what all are the factors which is being affecting weathering. So chemical factors affecting means we will be calling it as chemical weathering. If physical factors is more prominent means we will be calling it as physical weathering. Then if biological factors is more prominent means we will be calling it as biological weathering. Okay. Then we can move to next slide. Here you will have some images. Yeah, here you can see the first image. It is physical weathering. See, there is no chemical composition changed or nothing is being changed. You can easily understand the physical weathering. That is, a rock piece is divided into two due to some physical action. Okay, then here you can see various holes are present in this rock. It is a mountain, rocky mountain. Here you can see various holes are present here in this entire mountain. You can see. Why? Because it's that due to this action of this water and various atmospheric gases, some soft materials were present here and they had been leached out or they had been transported to some other places. That's why these vacant spaces or these cavities are present in this rock mass. So this will result from chemical weathering. Okay. Then finally here you can see this is biological weathering. Here you can see this is also a rocky mountain or a massive rock. What is happening here? In between this rock you can see there is a tree. See, here is a tree, and what will happen? The branches of the tree separating this rock from one another. Here you can see the branches. Gradually what will happen? When this tree grows, these branches also will be growing, which will exert a force to this rock mass, and gradually this is a very slow process, not very fast. Gradually, years after, what will happen? This fracture will enlarge. This fracture will be enlarging. Then water, if it is raining means through to this fracture, water will be entering, and again this water will be converted into ice. So what will happen? As we know, if the water is converted into ice means it requires more area, surface area, it will require more area. Then what will happen? Again this fracture will enlarge, and finally after all this process what will happen? This entire rock mass will be splitted, or it is mean rock into two pieces. Okay, so the main reason is that physical thing, that is the roots or you can say as the trees. Okay, so now from these three images it is very clear that what is physical weathering, what is chemical weathering, and what is biological weathering. Okay, yes, then we can move to the next slide. So now we can study in detail about physical weathering. Physical weathering, as we have already said, it is occurring due to the various physical factors. Only physical factors are responsible in physical weathering. In this weathering, there is no chemical changes happening here. Only some physical changes is only occurring. Okay. So, physical weathering happens when rock are fragmented into minor fragments while ensuring no alterations in their chemical makeup. Yeah, that is what we have already discussed. A huge rock mass will be splitted, or it will be break into small fragments. But the condition is that during this breaking, no chemical alterations will be present. Only the physical appearance and the physical characters will be changing. There won't be any change in the chemical characters of this rock. Okay, the agents promoting physical weathering. Yeah, then why this physical weathering occurs, or what are the main factors? There are various numerous factors. Even though what are the main factors which are responsible for this physical weathering? That is, one is pressure. One is pressure. Due to the variation in pressure, it is a very good point. That is, one is pressure. The next is temperature. Okay, so this pressure and temperature, it is the main reason for physical weathering. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. The main reason for physical weathering, it is nothing but the temperature and pressure. Yes. Then next is the main types of physical weathering. So now we know what is physical weathering and how it is occurring. Now we need to know what are the various types of physical weathering. So the main types of physical weathering, it includes exfoliation. A name itself, exfoliation, or you can say the pressure release. Exfoliation, in another way, just to make it more clear, you can say it as a pressure release. Here you can see a pressure release. Okay, that is exfoliation. Then second is frost action. Second, we can say it as frost action. Third, it is salt crystal growth. Crystal growth. It is another type of physical weathering, that is salt crystal growth. Crystal growth is another type of physical weathering. Then frost action is there. Then exfoliation, or it can be said as pressure release. Okay, so these are the various types of physical weathering.